Hi, I'm Emma, and you're watching My Birthway, and this is my 20 weeks pregnant update. Um, so this is kind of an exciting week. This is usually the week where people say, oh, halfway. And I'm not really going to say halfway because there's a pretty high chance, or at least 50% chance, that I would go past 41 weeks. So I'm going to say halfway is at 21 weeks because most pregnancies can go to 42 weeks without any problems as long as you're checking up on the mom and the baby and making sure everything's great. So I would tend to consider that the range to be closer. There's a range, like 38 to 42 weeks is more common, but there's a range, and I'm going to go with up to 42 weeks so I don't start to get too excited too early about it's coming soon. The baby's coming soon. So I'm going to say we are 1 week away from halfway based on my feelings about it. And it's been an exciting week. There's been a lot of things happening, I feel like. So I've been really, really tired. There were not the whole week. There were a couple days where I was like just super exhausted. Like, all I want to do is sleep, and I can't even really think straight. Kind of like the way you feel before you're getting sick. That kind of like weird, loopy tired. That's kind of what I felt like. But I wasn't getting sick, or maybe I was and I beat it. I don't know. But so that's something that was fun, I guess, because it's like I'm really super tired and I can't do anything but take a nap. But it was also a little, like, oh crap, we have things to do. But you have to make time for yourself. That's the big thing, which is I haven't needed to make too much time for myself lately because I've been feeling great. I haven't had to take lots of naps and, haven't been getting sick and nauseous and, that kind of thing. So it's been nice that I've been able to try to keep up momentum of doing things. But still, sometimes you just have to, take a break. And pretty much you just need to do what your body says. So if your body has energy, okay, go for it. And if you are exhausted, take a nap. So I've spent some of this week taking random naps or sleeping late or things like that. And it's been really fun. Going to bed really early because I fall asleep in like 2 seconds, which is like probably the greatest gift the universe ever gave me was my ability to fall asleep in like 3 minutes, pretty much regardless of wherever I am. Well, mostly in the bed, but still, like, I can fall asleep on the sofa. Now, after Jason and I were long distance for a year, years and years ago, I can fall asleep on a train. Like, it's crazy. On a plane. So anyway, so that's something that's been going on this week. I'm kind of over that now, but there was a couple days where I was just so tired. I've also been feeling way more crampy, not in a bad way, but like expansively crampy, obviously in my uterus. I think it's a big expanding week. So that's been interesting to feel the different cramps and movements and like, ooh, like, and especially in the evening, that's when I feel like I start to expand and get bigger. I'm like, oh man, this feels like, I feel slightly nauseous, but not too nauseous. So, and I can tell it's just because of my uterus is just going for it, I think. Also this week there have been some huge kicks, baby kicks, and Jason can now feel when the baby kicks. And that's really cool. And actually, one day this week, we were sitting on the sofa after eating dinner, and I was saying, oh, there's lots of kicking going on. And I was lifting up my shirt, looking at my stomach, and he happened to look, and you could see my stomach go poof, like pop out in one spot. And he was like, whoa, was that a kick? I was like, yeah. And that was the first time we'd actually seen a strong enough kick to move my stomach a little bit, just like straight out. It was really cool. And I felt it at the same time, obviously. But so he can feel kicking now, which is cool. And it's just been a lot of kicking. This activity is increasing with this kid. He or she, I still think probably he, but I'm less completely convinced, is really getting his exercise on in there so that when he shows up, he's going to be ready to run around with some ducks in the yard. So that's exciting stuff that's happened. And then one thing that's kind of negative, the exhaustion doesn't really count as negative, is that I've mentioned it before, my pelvic girdle pain, so like just the hip pain that you hear women speak about when they're pregnant, has gotten worse this week. And I know that's mostly my fault because of eating slightly more inflammatory foods, which for me is just like too many carbohydrates. And also I haven't been stretching, because for a while I was stretching, I haven't been stretching. And I think I've just maybe been in weird positions and stuff like that. So anyway, that's kind of where we are now. So this week we have some new growth patterns, I feel like, going up. There's more kicking, there's more stretching, there's more sleeping, and there's a little bit more pelvic girdle pain, which makes sleeping even worse than what I mentioned last week. But I'm hoping I can get that, to be better. If it doesn't get better, I know there's a chiropractic option. But I feel as though because I know why it's happening and I know I can fix it, or I think I can, I'm going to go with that first. Because I believe in my ability to heal myself in most cases. So I'm going to go for that, and kind of we'll see what the update is. But yeah, so 20 weeks seems huge, doesn't it? It seems like 20 weeks, like almost halfway, or according to some folks, halfway. So it feels like a big celebratory time in my head right now. And I'm really glad I get to share it with you. And thanks for watching if you're watching. And just a reminder, my website, being a doula, I'm a doula, is Our Birthway Doula Services. And that's ourbirthway.com. And you can check that out. You can also find Our Birthway on Facebook. And I'm just happy that I get to share this and document this with you and my family and my future kid, which I think will be really fun to see. All right, so thanks so much for watching, and I will see you at 21 weeks, which is what I'm going to call the real halfway. Okay, bye!